Awesome. Good evening. We have the city council, regular council, May 28th, 2024, 6 p.m. First item on the agenda is an open forum to allow citizens 3 minutes to address the council on any item that is specifically on the agenda. Any members want to address the council? Okay.
Still get to address the council at the end of the meeting.
Mhm. All right. City clerk, will you take the roll call, please?
Councilman Phillips.
Here.
Councilwoman Portis. Here. Councilman Twitchell.
Here.
Councilman Price. Councilman Dodd.
Here.
Councilman Bell.
Present.
Councilman Giltner.
Present.
Councilman Sutter.
Here.
There being a quorum, I'll call the meeting to order. Please stand for an invocation.
I'm privileged to come and pray with and for the council tonight. So let's just go before the Lord. Father, we thank you this day for this leadership in this community, Lord. I pray, Lord, that you would guide them and direct them, give them wisdom that they don't really even know they have, Lord. And I pray that you would just touch this community, Lord. That we would have unity in this community. Lord, that people would be seeking the goodness of this community, Lord, I pray. Father, I ask that you now just bless each one that's here. We ask it in the name of Jesus, Father. Amen.
Amen. Councilman Bell, lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, are there any agenda items that anyone would like to see added or removed? If not, the agenda will stand unopposed. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes, April 22nd, 2024, regular council meeting.
Second.
Have motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Oppose, like sign. Motion carries. First item under mayor's report is committee member appointment. First, I want to give communication to the council that Jody Reese has resigned her position at the Tourism Commission due to her workload and other obligations that she's having that's been in conflict. I do know the past 6 months, she has been having difficulty to attend the meeting, so she went ahead and advised that she's going to step down from the Tourism Commission. Also tonight, I would like to bring up an appointment to that commission, Chase Hunt, for that appointment to the Tourism Commission. He brings with him a vast experience with the internet, web page design, and and so forth, and he is really involved. Showed his interest in helping the city of Louisiana promote itself with last year's Color Fest and helping out during those times and so forth. And I believe that he'll be a strong asset for the Tourism Commission. I would make that appointment, just need council approval.
Second.
Yeah, first and second, any discussion?
You're appointing him to what, just an empty? Sorry, try again. You're appointing him to an empty position and not chairperson?
Exactly, yes. Yeah, the committee will appoint their own chair. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Bring the council up to date with Miko Engineering. Made contact with Miko Engineering about the riverfront survey. They have completed their physical survey. They are working on the legal descriptions this week. They stated that they would have everything completed by the end of this week is the tentative plan. So just to refresh everyone, they are looking at every bit of riverfront property from Burlington, northern, south, all the way up to the boathouse to get a legal description made for the entire riverfront. With that being said, we need that in order to approach Canada Pacific, Kansas City Southern, to do a quick claim deed or warranty deed back over to the city. Actually, we could actually vacate it because it's all right away. It's always been city property, but because of the misfiling of paperwork back in the 1980s with Gateway Railroad, the county recorded it as railroad property, whereas it is actually city property, but we granted right of ways to that. So this will hopefully clean that up. I have noticed, that spur coming from their main tracks has been disconnected totally. And throughout the track coming on around, several pieces of the track's been removed. So the second issue, once we get everything resolved on the riverfront and get everything transitioned over, probably be looking at asking the railroad to remove the remaining tracks and the crossing and vacate that right away.
Crossing that, yeah, are you talking about the crossing that's in such bad shape?
Yes, yeah, 79, yes. And so any questions on the riverfront survey?
I've been, several people asked me about that. As if it was our problem that we weren't fixing the road.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so it's a railroad and state highway, so, but yeah, hopefully this will help clear that up and they remove that crossing altogether. All right, the water treatment paint project. Everyone should have obtained copies from a couple engineering firms as far as discussing their proposals as far as how they go move forward with planning for the project. I'll bring it up underneath. Well, we can bring it up now. So my recommendation is Miko Engineering. Met with them, went through the whole process, and we've asked each vendor, each engineer to provide an a la carte cost. And what would it do, or what would it cost the city in order to make that menu? So Miko provided us a cost of $7,800 to provide that menu for us. And then based off of that, there will be a cost associated for each project that we choose to move on. The other engineering firm had went ahead and broke down that cost for each project instead of a menu cost. And so unless there's any other questions, I mean, that would be my recommendation. And I have Clinton here. He might be able to help. He's not directly with the water treatment. But we can address some questioning to that.
Point of clarification, I was looking at the MECO proposal today and I saw a schedule for implementation. But in all of this boilerplate, I didn't see any actual cost breakdown.
Yeah, there should be you'll see a cost there towards the end, $7,800.
I mean,
But
how
again,
many pages of how great we are, we have to get here.
Mhm.
but again, that's just basically, they're charging us $8,000 to give us an estimate.
Yeah, so what that estimate is legal documentation that we need to submit in order to get the grant approval and the documentation and so forth. So there's a lot of steps within the American Rescue Funds that requires us, whenever you get grant money, I won't say free money, but whenever you get grant money, there's stipulations that we have to follow. And they would actually manage that. So that cost is for managing that process. Because that's typically something that we've always done in the past, whenever we dealt with large amounts of funds of grant monies. We hire an engineering firm to manage those costs and manage that project for us, to ensure that they meet all the compliance of the grant. So yes, so anything moving forward, they're gonna make that menu for us and give us an estimate for each of the projects, and we get to pick and choose which ones we want to include on the plate. And of course, we know the priority is going to be taking care of the downstairs, the issues that we have with our LT2 piping and project down there. Now, there's other things that's been added to that menu, some electrical work, some stuff upstairs. And if we exceed our threshold of grant funds, we won't even approach that, but at least we'll have a basis for planning in the future.
So by doing it this way, it allows us that we can do some things in-house as well as some stuff out.
Exactly.
The most important thing first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of the electrical stuff, we might be able to replace a lot of the conduit and some of the bases, but the electrical work itself, we may be able to hire out with a local vendor
Right.
without going through, we still have to go through a bid process through our procurement measures, but we can take care of that internally without tying it into a big scope of project, as far as having one general contractor and several subcontractors. Hopefully we can stick with one major contractor dealing with the paint issues downstairs.
Not have multiple markets.
Right. So the whole reason I kind of approached it this way with the request for proposals is to save cost, engineering costs. I know this is not in the same scope as the Georgia Street project, but just to put it in perspective, we spent $4.5 million for Georgia Street, right? Well, nearly, and I'm not going to be 100% accurate on this. It may be a little bit less, it may be a little bit more, but the engineering cost for that project cost us about $200,000. Okay. So my thought on the whole process was to really limit and control our cost on this. And if we had a lot of money, if we had $4.5 million, maybe we can do an all-inclusive deal, one fell swoop. But since we have limited funds, we really got to be prudent on how we spend them, because we want to get accomplished our goals for fixing those pipes downstairs.
So I got the document right up here in front of me. I see nowhere in this 43 pages any estimation of costs.
Do you have a find on that? Because there's $7,800.
Okay.
If you
Yeah,
can do
I'm not trying to be argumentative.
All
Fine.
it. Do I have a hard copy in front of me here? Okay.
4 or 5, you said? Okay, all right. Anyway. No, it sounds like a good idea to do it that way. My only concern is that, I was reading somewhere where we're gonna be doing some of the work on the water treatment plant. one of the sentences that stood out to me in that proposal was the fact that we really don't have the experience to do this. And so if we're gonna be using in-house sources, I want to just make sure that we're not doing on-the-job training while we're doing this stuff.
So the in-house sources doesn't mean necessarily that we're doing it ourselves. It means that we are taking care of it by going out for bid or going out and seeking
Fine.
vendors instead of hiring an engineer to do that for us. We can do that ourselves. So,
On page 4.
yeah, $7,500. So it's right here. If you can see the pictures.
Oh, okay.
It's right.
Yeah, I found it down there at the bottom.
Yeah, 75. So anyway, that's my recommendation. If
I'll make a
council
motion that we accept, Miko's recommendation.
Second.
have first and second, any discussion? Hearing none, take a roll call, please.
Phillips,
Yes.
Councilman Portis. Yes. Councilman Twitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Price,
Yes.
Councilman Dodd,
Yeah.
Councilman Bell,
Yes.
Councilman Gilmer,
Yes.
Councilman Sedar.
Yes.
Motion carries. LMC update. So council, you've been provided a sheet for the festival as far as what's been collected for the Spring Fling Carnival Festival, and then you've been provided a sheet for the fireworks update. So that's what's been collected. For the festival, we have 70 vendors going from the riverfront through 6th Street. We will need to shut down the streets as soon as the current carnival company arrives to start setting up. And then the vendors will start setting up shortly around noon on Friday, and will be open for Friday evening. And then we do have an application for the closure going through our checklist. Chief, you have any concerns or anything with the application for closure? So, I mean, I would, if there's any questions, I do have Emily and Chris here if there's any questions specific. They are taking all the proper precautions, notifying all the business owners and people that may be residing along Georgia Street that's affected. We will look at publishing on our Facebook and let it be known about the riverfront. Probably we're going to put out signage, as far as access to the riverfront to let people know in advance about the limited access because of where the carnival's setting up at. It's going to be pretty obvious as soon as they start setting up and the barricades are up, but we may have, my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, there won't be any boating access during that time frame. So, because that's where where it's being set up. So there'll be some issues and concerns about that because we won't have that access there. So, any questions along that? Any concerns or?
Gun raffle. Who's running the gun raffle? Is it gonna be compliant? I'm a Second Amendment guy and I firmly support gun rights and everything, but I have a problem with that. Using a gun raffle, given the level of violent crime in this country. Using a gun raffle to raise
Oh,
funds.
hold on. What? Your point's taken, but right now we're talking about the Spring Fling and
Oh,
the
yeah,
application
I'm
for the
sorry,
Spring Fling.
I misunderstood.
What you're referring to is a raffle for the fireworks
Right.
stuff. So I don't mean to cut you short, but I don't want to get sidetracked on that. Or any other questions on the,
On Springfield.
on Spring Fling?
How did the radio station respond?
I loved it.
Good, and it sounds like they were willing to give us,
The sponsor, as a sponsorship for the event, they're running your radio.
okay. Did they give you any number in terms of how much coverage they're gonna give us, or?
No, he was gonna see, get it work on getting it all lined out, and let me know.
Okay. I'm hoping that they start playing it like soon.
Right, right.
Now,
Any other questions on the application on the Spring Fling Carnival?
Sorry, I spoke out.
No,
I
you're
didn't
fine,
realize
you're
where
fine.
we were at.
No, Hey, that's why I get the big bucks, right?
That brain is screwed up. my brain.
I had all the work. that,
Yeah. And I do, and I really, and that's a good point, Councilman Giltner, is both Chris and Emily have really been working their butts off, getting vendors, getting support, and being inclusive with everything, and the ideas that they come up with. I mean, they're nonstop on this, so I got to give recognition for all their efforts and stuff, so.
Yeah.
I do, I mean, I'm gonna give you a round of applause. It may be premature, but I'm gonna do it right now.
Railroad police all weekend during the event for precaution that they volunteered to come to guard the railroad crossings for, because those kids will be down there back and forth just for safety measures.
Right. And we're getting ready to meet with some city crews and stuff. Cause there's some things that we gotta do, not only with the barricade stuff, but some of the snow fencing along the railroad tracks and so forth to try and limit access, by pedestrian foot traffic. Entertain a motion to approve the application. Approve, second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. So on the fireworks, I've went and met with the Chamber of Commerce, last Thursday. And the chamber has, pledged, money towards the event and also working the four-way stop this coming weekend. So, and I'm, after having a basic understanding of their situation and everything, I think we're working together mutually to, for the benefit of the community and the businesses in the town. So we do see that we do have a gun raffle on that. And that's a donated item. That's something that the LMC has not purchased. That's an individual providing that as the benefit to the fireworks. So it's kind of we haven't bought any firearms or anything like that and doing that, but they are, it's being sponsored, and there's just like the chamber is doing the four-way collection for us. They're sponsoring that, and any proceeds is being donated to the LMC for the fireworks specifically.
Yeah, I understand it, trains left the station and it is gonna happen, but I just want to go on a record. I just don't think it's a good look, but that's just
Okay.
me personally, as a citizen, as a politician, I just think it's a bad look. But
Okay.
I'm pro, I want to state that I am pro Second Amendment, I am pro gun rights, but I just think it's a bad look.
Any other questions on the fireworks update? Okay. And if you haven't heard it, and we alluded to it a little bit on we talked about the Spring Fling radio spot, but I'm telling you, Councilman, play it in front, yeah. Yeah, we get some free advertising on Zoom there.
He doesn't charge very much.
We got paid, well, I better not say that. People think I'm serious.
The Spring Fling and we got right 7 for Sunday tonight. On the river, check out numerous Ferris Week, the Bootsy Blazers, and the rest of the cars. Keep on food trucking from Main Street to Fifth. This Saturday at 7. Plop down $10 at the Elks Lodge to hear Adam Fazio and the Clover Band. And Chassis Bar is a weekend Spring Fling in Louisiana, Missouri. Small town, big fun.
So anyway,
you did get the Friday update.
That's the one that I forwarded that email. So,
so I do want to thank Councilman Twitchell for putting that together, and And I think you might be working on something similar for the fourth. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
And for the record, no charge.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Next item on the agenda is the treasurer's report audit update. Everyone seen a copy of the treasurer's report? Any questions?
Yeah, I got a question about the credit card usage.
Uh-huh.
Seems to be an awful lot of credit card usage going on with Visa, and I mean, I kind of added up those numbers, and they're small transactions, in and of themselves. Is that balance paid off every month, so we're not accruing it?
Yes, it's paid off. Now, up to not too long ago, we had some issues with paying bills. It's not because we didn't have the money.
Yeah.
But no, they're paid out monthly and,
As long as it's not being
Yeah,
carried over
yeah.
and getting paid, and to pay interest on it,
Yeah.
kind of defeats the purpose.
and we do have a pretty good check and balance system with all the, because it's not, we only have one credit card that we utilize. And so all the departments within the city have access to that. So everything's coded by the department for their use, and the procurement process is followed during that.
Yeah, it's a really good report, because it
Yeah.
seems to be itemized by the department, so
Right.
that's a good thing.
Okay. So the audit update, so, the state auditors are in process. But our financial auditors that we've hired, we are looking now towards the end of June for completion on that. They're just going through and they're, by all appearances, they're digging in and seeking more documentation and vetting all the COP projects and the half-cent sales top projects that we've had financed through Kansas City and then picked up by People's Bank and Trust. So they're just seeking more documentation to verify all their findings or non-findings.
On the state audit, have they, are they gonna go ahead and go back like we had asked them to do?
So I have not received any official communication after my email to them. However, one of the auditors has reached out to the treasurer and went ahead and requested documentation back to 2015. So by appearance, it looks like they want that information that we have. And, but I have not received any type of official communication from, and everyone's seen my email, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So since they haven't officially said they were going to, is there any way that should we get them to officially say that they are going to?
Oh, I'm not dropping it. And I'm still, because there's no, I don't expect an email or a letter to go unanswered. So.
Right.
So, I mean, a simple motion will work. So there's a consensus that's not just coming from a figurehead of the mayor. I'll open up the floor for a motion to follow up.
I'll make a motion and we follow up to get those records to the auditor request, and it's provided those records back to 2015 with the proviso that they're going to audit back that far.
Which was the whole point of why we're doing this.
I'll second that motion.
First and second, any discussion? Take the roll call, please.
Councilman Phillips.
Yes.
Councilwoman Portis. Councilman Mitchell.
Yes.
Councilman Price.
Yes.
Councilman Dodd.
Yes.
Councilman Bell.
Yes.
Councilman Gilmer.
Yes.
Councilman Fedor.
Yes.
Proposed budget 24-25. Be bringing that up under new business with bill number 7222. Is there any questions?
What was the final decision on the license office?
So right now, we have not taken any official action. I think we're applying for the license renewal. And going through that process, as kind of pointed out, we've had the license office since 1982. We had ups and downs with it. And, but it's a service that we provide the citizens. And, I think it'd be premature at this juncture to take any action on it unless the council wants to take action on it. As far as, whether or not to reapply for the license contract or not. That's what we're talking about from our last minute.
We're like, you gotta take 10,000 out of general revenue. And the Ellsbury office is now open. We're probably gonna lose another 10, 15, maybe 20,000. We're looking at a loss guaranteed almost next year of 30 grand. Was my thought.
So here's the thing with this. It won't impact what the budget is right now. But if we come to find out and want to address it next month or the month after, we're at the 6-month mark, we can probably readdress it then. But I just didn't think right now to go back into the budget and recalculate everything out. But it's not, I wanted to share because of transparency, the issues that we have. And we gotta keep a finger on the pulse, make sure that, you know, we still provide a good service and at least try not to lose any money doing it.
Break even.
We'll take a look at it in 6 months.
Okay.
See where we're at.
I think it's a very good thing for us to have in terms of legitimizing that as a city. I'd hate to see us not have that office, I really would. But at the same time, is there any fees that we can that help make up that difference so that it's not coming out of?
So we can probably investigate that and see, but since it's a state-run agency that we contract with, I mean, they pretty much have the same requirements and fee structures pretty much throughout the state. Everyone has to kind of play by the same sheet of music that I'm aware of. Councilman Geltner?
The license office has never made us a lot of money. In fact, it's negligible in what was made. The biggest thing for the license office, that it is a public relation item for this city. And I think it would be a shame that if we didn't provide that service, if we can.
Right, I agree.
Any other questions on the proposed budget? Okay, we'll be bringing that up under Bill 7222. So, yeah, so we'll bring that up. The budget will stand as it is, because that's the way we have it. And there'll be further discussions with the libraries shortly.
Okay. Mayor.
Oh, yes. Motion to approve the treasurer's report.
So moved.
Second, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. All right, approval to add speed bumps and a gate at the riverfront. We talked about this at the work session. So we just need a simple motion. So motion to approve. Second, any discussion?
The gate?
Yeah.
Remember that part?
Yeah, so the driveway that goes into past the parking lot, about putting a gate there. No, past that, yes.
Oh, down. I do remember that. Okay.
So we got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Oh, I skipped one, riverfront project update. Just to let you know, we're working with Mother Nature, and as soon as she allows us to proceed on the concrete, we'll move forward, but Mother Nature's gonna do what she's gonna do, and we have to wait until she's done. But meanwhile, we have had crews starting to work on the south side of the parking lot on the riverfront, clearing the brush down to the river bank. So, they're, go back to where the concrete drive kind of goes back to the left. If you can visualize that, if you go down there and look at it. So the goal is to clear all that down to the water's edge and then, start brush hogging and maintaining that area. Make it more accessible. And also I've seen a citizen, working on the boat ramp over the weekend and give you a little bit of kudos for doing that, cleaning it up. Of course, Mother Nature spits it back up as soon as we get it cleaned up. But it was a good effort getting ready for the Memorial weekend. City Hall maintenance update on the HVAC system. So we have placed an order to get the parts to repair the HVAC system. We're looking at an upwards cost of approximately $6,000 on that. Right now it's $5,000, but I'm holding out and it'll probably be closer to $6,000. But meanwhile, we have placed mobile AC units in various offices. When it's kind of difficult to work in offices when it's 82, 84 degrees in there and expect our customers to enjoy coming into City Hall. So we do have that covered, so it's bearable now. We're looking at a 3-week time frame before we can get it turned over and get the system fixed. The historical lighting discussion, I was wanting to bring up an issue. It's not really an issue, it's a solution. Let me rephrase that. I want to bring up a solution. So with the historical lighting, we have historically borrowed the city of Clarksville's boom truck to put up the Christmas decorations, anything that we have to work off elevated. And now since we are taking on the historical lighting on that, it'll also benefit us as far as working on the historical lighting versus working off of a ring ladder. Went to borrow the truck this past week and discovered, they said you can borrow it, but it's got a major leak in the hydraulic boom. So I asked Clinton, take a look at it, see what it is, see if it's something that we can contribute, because we borrowed the truck all the time, and see how much it cost. So he investigated it and spoke with the manufacturer. It's the hydraulic hose is in the boom. It's called a ribbon.
Ribbon assembly.
Ribbon assembly.
Yeah.
So all the hydraulic lines are kind of tied in together and on this. And it's an approximately $7,000 replacement. And that's them coming up and doing the work, Alltech, the manufacturer. So just having discussions with Clarksville, say, hey, would you be interested in, you can't buy the truck for $7,000 or $8,000 without shortly, probably 6 months later, having to do the same thing. And so we asked whether or not they'd be interested in splitting the cost with us and stuff, and they proposed, how about we sell you the truck for $500? And then we'd buy it for $500, then we would have to invest into it $7,000 to fix it. It's an 01, and we've around and trying to find used trucks. And the problem with a used truck like that, it can be anywhere from $8,000 to $1,000, but then you just don't know when the hydraulic lines are going to go out of it, right? So my recommendation, we do have it in the budget for a vehicle, another vehicle for the street department. And we budgeted a lot more than $7,500 or $8,000 to do this. And we might be, my recommendation is to move forward and accept that purchase. It's a 2001, 120,000 miles on it. There's no known mechanical issues with the truck. The only issues is that we're aware of is the hydraulics on it for the hose assembly.
We never have owned a boom truck.
We had, and we ran that sucker until you had to use
Okay.
vice grips to control it. It caught on fire with us. I think,
Is there,
Motion to go ahead and approve it.
is there?
Can
any
you all
chance of
keep it maintained
getting
pretty
inspection
well,
on
and
it
once
to
we get
make
it
sure
fixed and
mechanically
so
it's
forth?
Good,
So-
otherwise.
okay, let's, we got a motion on the floor, then let's,
Second.
before, we got a second, now discussion. Now, any issues of maintaining it, mechanically? So the assembly, that's the truck itself for the hydraulics now. I mean, it's Murphy's Law. You know, no promises can be made that's gonna be 100% sure, except that what's known typically on these type of trucks are the hydraulics going bad on them, the hydraulic lines. Now, I'm gonna be honest, there's nothing that says that we put new lines in it and we run it the next 6 months and then the hydraulic pump goes out. I mean, it very well could do that. But there's no indication to, from that, because have you obtained the hours that's on it?
No, it does have an hour meter on the PTO on the pump itself, but I didn't.
Yeah. So,
I don't see a problem with that, but one exception, only the city of Clarksville can borrow it from us.
Okay.
Because we'll have to do that, so we can let us.
And I would like to say one thing, Clarksville always did let us use it, and the issue with it currently now is happened when we were using it. It blew that hose when we were using it, but they had to use it one time and it got worse. And so we brought it here to kind of see if we could look at it and see what was going on. Maybe we can isolate it and just fix that one hose. And it's a bonded unit, so you're not able to fix that hose. Plus, I didn't want to get into the liability issue of once you start messing with hoses on something that puts you 30 feet up in the air. So we just stopped.
okay.
I'm just mechanically, as far as the rest of the truck is concerned, is there any inspection of it? Do we know much about it?
Yeah, we can have it checked out. I mean, we haven't had it checked out. We haven't had no reason to check it out. But we do have it right now. We can run it by and have it checked out before we move forward on it.
What do you think?
Yeah, so
If it's the same truck, that was the truck from, ENS and Electric.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
that
It was
ENS.
donated.
I don't remember when they got that.
It-
Directly from Ameren.
Like
Was
they
it-
they
that one
bought
was
it
from
down
Ameren?
there on the intersection of.
Because there was one of them that was up here that was smoking bad.
Yeah, so this one was from Ameren. They got it kind of how we got our last one.
Okay, this is a totally different truck.
Yes, and the only issue after I talked to Alltech, the biggest issue they ever had with those units was those ribbon assemblies. And clearly it's an 01 and it's just not having issues. So I felt that if we, did purchase it for that and had to repair it.
Is this the same one that's sitting down by the river here?
No, it's in our, no, that is our, so that was the first one we had. We had, that was a smoker.
That's the one, the
Yes.
motors.
Yes.
Okay.
That
I
one was
remember
sold
when
down.
P&S bought it, and they bought it down on 61 Second.
Okay.
And
All right, any other discussion? All right, all those in favor, say yes.
yes,
Oppose, like sign. All right, the cemetery, building update. So the new temporary power has been placed. And so, in between mowing and maintaining, the parks and stuff, the grounds department has been working to empty out that building. And as soon as it's emptied out, they will go ahead and disconnect the electric from the building. And, they had offered to utilize or let the fire department utilize the building for training purposes. And then once the fire department's done utilizing the building for training purposes, then we'll start the demolition process of it. US Cellular lease.
I'd like to give a thank you to the mowers that the cemetery was beautiful over Memorial Day. It was beautiful.
Good deal.
And the trees have been cut down and it looks very nice. Very nice. Lot of people up there this weekend, a
Right.
lot of people.
On that, speaking about the cemetery, when are we gonna start straightening up the stones?
Yep.
Uh,
We have not gotten into a rhythm yet to do that.
messed everybody up and
Yeah.
everything.
So I mean, that's a rhythm we gotta get into and right now with summer starting kickoff and schools out, our part-time employees will, the students and stuff that will come in. So it'll be we'll have plenty to do.
Oh, and the Sexton building, it needs to be a little tuck pointing and painted. So that's the little white building issue near the entrance.
Mhm. Yep.
On the right-hand side. I mean, that's too good of that's a historic building. We need to take care of that.
Right. So US Cellular, just so the council is aware, the lease agreement that we made with Landmark is dealing with the tripod tower that has T-Mobile on it. The tower that's to the west of it is more like a stick going up. That is a US Cellular tower. They lease the property. It's their tower. It's their responsibility to maintain that tower. The lease expires for the property expires in 2025. They had expressed an interest. And this is really a work study session, but they had expressed an interest to do a lump sum lease again instead of a 2,000 annually. But I just want to let you know, we got that lease. We had to do some digging and searching and scratching and everything, but we do have the lease and got all the details of it and be ready for our next work study session. All right, next item on the agenda is the police chief's report.
We've been awarded I think I spoke about this before, but we've been awarded the local law enforcement block grant. The total amount on it is $9,369.81. The grant is to be utilized for personal safety and communications equipment. The funds were specifically set aside for in-car computers and mounts to bring us current with what every other law enforcement agency around us is doing. The computers have already been ordered. We're receiving a laptop for each car. They're Panasonic Toughbooks, and the docks and all the equipment to mount them in the car. We're waiting delivery of the mounts, and then we'll work on getting those installed. Our current records management provider Omnigo is increasing our rates by close to $2,000 for next year, and by the end of 5 years, close to a $5,000 increase per year. So that set us looking for a new records management system. We obtained 3 different bids and presented them to the Mayor and Police Committee, and we all agreed that switching providers, Regis is the best, the cheapest alternative, which is done for under what we're paying on because we've had a couple applications received. Would you like me to talk about them now or after the fire chief?
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a candidate, Connor Wicker, that has applied for the position police officer. He brings 7 years of experience. He worked here in Missouri for quite a long time around the Monroe City, Rawls County area. He is originally from California, left to go back there for a period of about 3 or 4 years, and he has a son now, is wanting to move back and raise his son in Missouri. Committee has interviewed him, and I believe Mr. Giltner will have a presentation on him in a little bit. Also, we have had one promotionary discussion with the committee, and that's with Officer Dalen Green back here for promotion to detective in a full-time capacity. Officer Green's been with us for I'd say roughly about 7-8 months. Does a really outstanding job, and at this point, I dare anybody here to go find somebody that has a bad thing to say about it, because it's impossible.
But I'm also working on a 1-year review of the police department. And just to show, because we got a lot of new faces on the committee, a lot of old ones too. But just to put into perspective what the police department's been through in the last year, and what we've had to overcome to achieve what we've achieved and what we're going to achieve from here. And that's all I have to report. Do we wanna bring Dalen up to introduce him now, or?
Yeah, that'd be fine. That'd be in order.
Okay.
Hello, guys. I'm Dalen Green. I was born and raised here in Louisiana. I've been a police officer for 3 years. I'm 27 years old.
The committee has, last Thursday, we met and had an extended meeting. The discussion. You want me to wait for one night to come up or just go ahead and do
No,
it?
we'll deal with the motion right now.
Okay. Officer Green came up that they wanted to promote him to sergeant to be a detective. This is a move in the right direction for the department. Since we've been so understaffed, starting with 2 policemen. Now, if we can hire this other one, which I will recommend, the committee will recommend tonight, I think this will put us up to 5 officers, and that's come a long ways. When we didn't have a chief, we didn't have anything. And the police department is moving in the right direction. And the committee voted to offer Officer Green the detective job, and we certainly hope that he accepts. Committee, you have anything?
So, council, based on the recommendation of the committee, I do recommend and appoint Officer Green to the position of detective with your all's consent. I want to utilize this time for those who were not able to speak to Officer Green during this process. So if there's any questions that you may have or want to offer up, now's your opportunity.
Yes. We have all hallways blocked and everything, so you can't get out.
He's got a weapon.
If there's no questions or anything, I believe this is a good choice. I know he's put in the hard work and effort
Yes,
in our
he did.
community, and
Yeah.
and I'd like to see him stay and continue to prosper here. With that being said, council, I entertain a motion to approve. Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, take the roll call, please.
Councilman Phillips.
Yes.
Councilwoman Portis.
Yes.
Councilman Twitchell.
Yes.
Councilman Price.
Yes.
Councilman Dodd.
Yes.
Councilman Bell.
Yes.
Councilman Gilmer.
Yes.
Councilman Sutter.
Yes.
All right, you got a new badge for him? Well,
I can go get it.
if you don't mind, I'll shake your hand. Come on, all right. So since we're chief,
Yes,
you staying up, right?
I'm saying.
Okay, since we're kind of a little bit out of order, as far as the agenda. We do have another prospect for hire. If you want to bring that up now, Chairman.
Yes. We interviewed a candidate for policeman Thursday night. His name is Wickle. Wicker, I knew I'd get that wrong. He has lived in Missouri and then he was a policeman in, California. And,
Yeah, he.
he wasn't a policeman, he was a contract officer, working for private companies.
Yeah.
And, but he has worked in Monroe City. He has worked in, Rawls County, where the chief has checked on the recommendations. He has a good recommendation from both of them. And he was a good interview. The committee, the 4 committee people are Bill Sutter, John, and, Rudy and myself. And, mayor and the chief were in the meeting as well. We all agreed that the man was a good hire. He is being looked at by some other departments. The committee would like for the council to approve us offering him a contract.
Yeah,
What's his name again?
it's Connor, Wicker. I said the same thing.
Wicker, I
Wicker.
know.
Wicker. Yeah, it's actually, yeah. So, council, I'd make that recommendation to go ahead and appoint and commission him as an officer. Pending, all his post requirements, he is a certified officer. And there might be like a few hours that he has to bring up to speed just to make sure that we don't have any issues with the post, which there's no issues. It's just a matter of dotting the i's and crossing the t's. With that being said, I mean, I would, entertain a motion to
So
hire.
moved.
I'll second it.
What's your opinion?
I recommend to the council.
Jimmy, I was in the
Do
interview and
you feel he's gonna be a good fit for,
I did,
with all the other offices?
I did.
I think it'll be fine, Jim. I was in the interview and I was.
Well, that's what
I tend to
we
be
want.
skeptical.
Yep.
Any
He
other?
answered every question we gave him. His appearance was impeccable. He was, dressed to the nine and,
Now, if he moves back here, will he move back to Louisiana?
yes.
Will he be commuting?
Yeah, he said he wanted to live in town.
Okay. And he's how old again?
I'd say early.
Early 30s.
We really can't answer those type of questions. But, yeah, he's been in law enforcement for 7 years and he's been in California for 5 years. So
I'm okay with him because he's from California.
we won't hold that against him. All right, so any other discussion? If none, take the roll call, please.
Councilman Bell,
Yes.
Councilman Portis,
Yes.
Councilman Twitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Price.
Yeah.
Councilman Guy,
Yes.
Councilman Bell,
Yes.
Councilman Giltner,
Yes.
Councilman Sutter.
Yes.
The other item that we, took some, that our last item we discussed in the meeting was, about bringing our police, department, especially our cars, up to date. And the chief, has gotten bids on, the communication systems that we have. The committee looked at them and we asked a lot of questions. The proposal that we're offering the council tonight is that we go with a company called Regis. And we're looking at approximately $10,000. This is roughly
First year, after that,
Yeah.
after that.
first year, 10,000, and then it will come down. The second year until prices start catching up again. This system that we're asking to put in will put us right up at the top with anybody around here, around close to our area, if not the top.
Right.
And, I think that our policemen will be very, happy with this system. This system will, if they stop and they have to give a ticket or so forth, the ticket is written right there. And, that's one of the features of it. There's, the committee and the mayor had gone over it, and the chief, of course, he's the one that got it. And, this whole thing is the bids from, 3 other companies. And, we're recommending, the committee is that we go with the, Regis.
Is that in the form of a motion?
Make that in form of a motion.
Second.
So,
That's just one bid, there's the whole rest of it.
so there's a first and a second in any discussion. And one of the reasons, this is kind of for the fact of being transparent of what's going on and what's happening. Actually, this is within our operating budget anyway, right? So it's already there, but we want the council and the citizens to know exactly what's going on and how we're spending funds.
Well, once you look at that, you
And
can
also cost saving measure.
you can do any car, you can do your, everything in that car, laptops, everything.
People.
Any,
Have to come in.
any other questions?
They can be on.
Cost savings, right?
What?
Cost savings.
Yes.
Cost saving.
In the long run, yes, and it also can, in this day and time, it puts us up to date. And that we can compete. We will know what other police departments are doing. And, in some cases, we will be ahead of other police departments.
Very much so. This.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, carries. All right, fire chief's report.
All right, so first of all, I want to apologize for not being able to make it last month. I was down for the count, it's really sick. So.
We took it out of your wages.
That's all right. So since the last meeting, that I didn't make it, I know that, I think you guys got all, a typed up copy of that report. Since the last meeting, call wise, we've had 38 calls. 2 motor vehicle accidents and 1 hazardous material is a call we have. The fire department's been really active within the community. I don't know if you guys have seen them out. Just this month alone, the past month, we've had 6 special events. Those range from being at the elementary school. They spent a whole day at the elementary school with the kids. This past Monday, which was yesterday, they spent a whole big portion of the day out of Raintree Mall with the church.
Yeah.
They took a dump tank out there. We took all of our props and stuff out there, and they spent the day out there. We also did an escort through the town for the high school track team when they were going to state. And then we did a couple in services for a couple of the local businesses. I don't know, I talked about it a little bit on that last month. We've been renovating the basement of the fire department. So we stripped out all the jail cells that were in there, cut all those out. We repainted, we built desks in there. We're gonna put computers, all of our storage. We're gonna clean up our upstairs, and we built a whole lock. We're gonna build a whole locked storage cabinet in the back of there, and that'll give us 4. We had a local business donate 4 computers to us, and that's going to allow us to get our members to where they can generate their own reports for infers, and then I'll approve them and all that stuff. So that'll get us to take the workload off of 1 person or 2 people, but to split it up. And then if that individual was in charge on that scene or in command, then they'll be able to generate that report based off of their scenario, what they saw physically themselves. And that'll also get us in compliant and eligible for big grants and through FEMA and things like that. The gutters on the back of the building, we did have them replaced. It's kind of a little bit of a mess right now. The issue is we had to haul everything out of the basement because we sprayed paint. I mean, we painted in there and sprayed it on the wall. So we didn't want to keep all of our stuff from getting covered. And so once that's the last process of that paint is done, then we'll move everything back in and get that cleaned up. I did install a camera on the back of the station that allows us to see. I'll just say it allows us to see everything from block to block, all three intersecting streets. So it's a very good camera. It also put us a floodlight back there too. So now we can see when we are, the goal of the parking lot was to use the access to the back door on calls and we weren't clogging up the front of the fire station. So now we can see and physically move around back there. Personnel wise, this is kind of a big thing. So we currently have 22 people in our fire department. 24 is full. I can honestly say I've been on there since 2015 and I don't ever remember any more than 18, I feel like. And I was gonna go back through the history and kind of see when we had a full roster like this. It's a lot. And we have one pending, application, somebody that wants to join. And so that'll put us at 23 and then hopefully we get to 24 and we can stop. And we're all moving in a forward direction and everybody is on the same training pace and learning things as we go. And we're not having to stop and backtrack. So we're doing really well on that. And that's really all I have.
Question, on the computers, I assume that those are tower computers or laptop computers, what are they?
They're gonna be desktop computers.
Desktop. And you're gonna have them downstairs, right?
Yes.
Okay, knowing the water department issue with humidity there, how's the humidity in that basement?
So we have, we put an air conditioner in, which is also, it's removing a lot of the humidity down there. Actually, when we first started the process, you could almost feel the humidity on the walls and now you don't even notice anything. Everything's completely dry.
Those computers really aren't gonna like that.
Yeah, we're talking about, putting in another unit to kind of just help regulate that.
You can buy a small humidifier.
Yeah.
Dehumidifier.
Once we get done, I encourage all of you guys to come and check it out. I have been taking pictures from the process from the beginning to the end. I'll tell you, the first picture had about 4 inches of sewer down the basement, the whole floor. And that's kind of where the process started. So it was like, this is a waste of space. We need to use it for something. And we emptied it out, threw everything away, cleaned it up, and now we're on moving in this direction.
And tell the individual or the company that donated the computers that the city says thank you.
I will.
And again, this kind of dumb questions and probably you've already thought of it, but surge protectors, dehumidifier, all that kind of stuff, especially for a basement.
So I'll tell you, just kind of give you a quick history on that. The area that we've used as the office for all those computers used to be the old dispatch center. And we were able to utilize a lot of that setup for
Good.
outlets and things like that. So it's kind of already all protected. We just kind of removed all the older phone cables and things like that, but electrical wise, it was set there for that purpose.
Any other questions? No? Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. I've done a lot.
Oh, yeah. Very much so. Any committee reports? We've already went over the police department promotion and hiring, so. Just to let you know, we're getting ready under new business, going to be bringing up the comprehensive plan. In the future, when we bring up committee reports, in that comprehensive plan addresses issues. I shouldn't say issues. It addresses a strategy for our committees to proceed and have a goal to work on, whether it's housing, whether it is infrastructure, whether it's police department, fire department, natural resources, tree commission, employee relations. So there's a strategic plan in that comprehensive plan. And whenever in the future moving forward, if we can touch bases with that comprehensive plan during our committee reports, that'd be a good way for us to bring that up to the forefront and see if we are actually following our plan. So we'll talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, old business, Bill 7208. Amend sections of chapter 300, repeal table 3A, traffic control signals, and table 5A, play streets. This is up for a second reading. Is there a motion to give Bill 7208 a second reading?
So moved.
We have a motion.
Second.
And a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, an ordinance to amend sections of chapter 300 listed below and repeal table 3-A, traffic control signals, and table 5-A, play streets. City clerk, to take a roll call, please.
Councilman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilwoman Portis,
Yes.
Councilman Twitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Price,
Yes.
Councilman Scott,
Yes.
Councilman Bell,
Yes.
Councilman Gilmer,
Yes.
Councilman Sutter.
Yes.
Be it hereby ordained by the City Council of the City of Louisiana, Pike County, Missouri as follows. Bill number 7208 is hereby declared an ordinance. New business. This is resolution 15-2024. This is, I'll go ahead and read it in its entirety. A resolution of the City of Louisiana Council and Mayor authorizing the mayor to execute real estate deed for sale of property located at 401 Georgia Street, Louisiana, Missouri, to the Church of the Nazarene, Illinois District. Whereas the City of Louisiana has placed public notice on in the local newspaper on 2 different occasions requesting proposals for the property located at 401 Georgia Street. And whereas no proposal was received other than from the Church of the Nazarene. And whereas the City Council finds the proposal to be fair and equitable and agrees to sell the property. And now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Louisiana, Pike County, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the mayor of the City of Louisiana is hereby authorized and directed to execute the sale of property located at 401 Georgia Street in Louisiana, Missouri to the Church of the Nazarene, Illinois District by signing the property quitclaim deed or other instrument as the purchaser may deem proper at purchaser's expense. This resolution shall become effective upon its approval by the City Council and execution by the mayor and requires no further action of the council.
Much are we getting for that?
So it's a minimal, is what we've talked about in closed session.
Okay.
So I entertain a motion to approve the resolution. So we can have discussion on it. Yeah, first,
Second.
second. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, take a roll call, please.
Councilman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilwoman Portis,
Yes.
Councilman Twitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Price,
Yes.
Councilman Scott,
Yes.
Councilman Bell,
Yes.
Councilman Gilmer,
Yes.
Councilman Sutter.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution carries. And it is resolved. 15-2024 is duly approved and adopted. All right, bill number 7222. This is our budget. It is an ordinance appropriating money for the various departments of the City of Louisiana, Missouri for the fiscal year beginning June 1st of 2024 and ending May 31st 2025. Entertain a motion to give a first reading.
Motion to give first reading.
Second.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, take the roll call, please.
Councilman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilwoman Portis,
Yes.
Councilman Twitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Price.
Yes.
Councilman Scott,
Yeah.
Councilman Bell,
Yeah.
Councilman Giltner,
Yes,
Councilman Sutter.
Yes.
Okay, Bill 7222. An ordinance appropriating money for the various departments of the city of Louisiana, Missouri for the fiscal year beginning June 1st, 2024 and ending May 31st, 2025. Entertain a motion for a second reading.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, excuse me, take a roll call, please.
Councilman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilwoman Portis, Councilman Twitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Price,
Yes.
Councilman Scott,
Yes.
Councilman Bell,
Yes.
Councilman Giltner,
yes,
Councilman Sutter.
Yes.
Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Louisiana, Missouri, as Bill number 7222, thereby duly ordained and approved. Next item on the agenda at the work study sessions, at our last meeting. It was proposed by the Louisiana Concerned Citizens, doing improvements at the Veterans Park. During the work study session, the council of the whole made the recommendation to bring the recommendation to the council as a whole to approve, entertain a motion to approve what was presented for Louisiana Concerned Citizens to do the work in the half of the tennis court parks, and turn it into a tiny town bike park for kids. Second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
yes.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Yes, it is. It's all the weeds and everything off the ground. And really, I was telling Doris, it looks like it'd be a tennis court again. You know, it's almost looks that good. It almost looks that good. Next item on the agenda is the planning and zoning comprehensive plan. The planning and zoning made their recommendation to bring to the council for council approval. We do have the chairman of the planning and zoning here if there's any questions on the plan. I went through the plan a little bit more detail today, and nothing in content has changed. There might be a few typos here and there, but I'll get with Doris and work on that. There's a lot here to this plan. And with this being said, council, each one of the strategies that are in here is basically tied to one of our committees. So whether it's a tree commission or employee relations commission, it kind of, there's, council people in the past has wondered, well, what are we supposed to do on these committees? Well, this is kind of the game plan of what we're supposed to do on these committees, some of the things that we can address and work on, and it's a plan. And the plan is not useful if it's sitting on a shelf and we're not reading it and abiding by it. And so really, after going through this, these are things that we are doing for the most part. There's some things in the past that wasn't done. But everything that's in here is obtainable. It's doable from what I can see. And there's always room for improvement. And that's the whole benefit of the comprehensive plan, is for us to review and modify and update and use it as a set of blueprints and work off of it.
Yeah, I want to commend Doris for the work. I did a lot of the work and did some things with the old one.
Mhm.
And I know what an arduous task that was to sit through all that and put that together. We want to emphasize too, that it's a working document.
Mhm.
It's flexible but it's a great blueprint for us to follow. And I'm really gratified to see that we're finally gonna make the commitment as a council and as a city government, just actually start doing some of this stuff as opposed to just talking about it or throwing it in a file cabinet and never seeing the light of day. So I want to commend Doris and the Planning and Zoning Commission, for doing a lot of that work, and, I know how tough that was.
Commission.
And I know how much blood, sweat, and tears probably went into that. And I think we owe Doris and the commission a round of applause and a real thank you.
All right. Well, let's see if we can get it passed and we'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Second, any discussion? No. All those in favor say yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries.
thank you, Doris.
All right, Bill 7223. This is adopting ordinance. This is an annual requirement for codification of our ordinances. So this is a boilerplate ordinance that we do every year, just so we can meet all the state statutes and the requirements for codification of our ordinances. I'll entertain a motion to give Bill 7223 a first reading.
Motion.
A motion. All right, all those, well, I'll go ahead and give it. If there's any discussion,
No, I'd like to make an amendment to that, to just waive the reading, and we got it in front of us, we pretty much know what's in it.
okay,
Can we-
I'm not gonna read the entirety. I'll read it by title. If we post an ordinance and it's available for the public, we can read it by title.
Okay, that's great.
So I read the resolution because it wasn't posted. We're not required to have it posted, but I have to read it in its entirety.
That's fine. I'll second the motion.
All right, no other discussion. An ordinance adopting and enacting a new code of ordinances of the city of Louisiana, establishing the same, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein, except as herein expressly provided, providing for the manner of amending such code of ordinance, providing penalty for the violation thereof, and providing when this ordinance shall become effective. Take a roll call, please.
Councilman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilwoman Portis.
Yeah.
Councilman Twitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Price.
Yes.
Councilman Dodd,
Yes.
Councilman Bell,
Yes.
Councilman Gilbert.
yes,
Councilman Sutter.
Yes.
First reading approved. Entertaining a motion to give a second reading to bill number 7223.
So moved.
second,
Any discussion? Hearing none, 2024 adopting ordinance, an ordinance adopting and enacting a new code of ordinances of the city of Louisiana, establishing the same, providing for the repeal of certain ordinance not included therein, except as herein expressly provided, providing for the manner of amending such code of ordinance, providing penalty for the violation thereof, and providing when this ordinance shall become effective. Take a roll call, please.
Councilman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilwoman Portis.
Yeah.
Councilman Twitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Price,
Yes.
Councilman Dodd,
Yes.
Councilman Bell,
Yes.
Councilman Gilbert.
yes,
Councilman Sutter.
Yes.
Bill number 7223 is duly approved and ordained by the city council of the city of Louisiana. Miscellaneous business, are there any citizens that would like to approach the council and for the betterment of the community?
here we
I'd like to congratulate the council members. I missed last month's meeting, too many Mondays in month. Oh God, back in October, I come up and asked how come Officer Anderson didn't have license on the front of his car, get drug out, been dragging out. Went by the other day, it's been, he only had his cars legal for a month. Now he's got another vehicle sitting up there and the license on the front, no car cover, and the police car parked right there. We drive by and you see the police car and you see the car illegal. Our new detective. Now, he has no license on the front of his truck and he's parked on the wrong side of the road. What kind of example does that set? I like the man. He seemed like a really good officer. I mean, I congratulate him on his promotion. But that does not look good. And is he gonna get a license on the front of his truck, or is the city just gonna ignore this? How many times does Officer Anderson have to be told to get his car. I can understand if the car cover blew off. He had a cover on. Well, mine blew off. I went back out, put it back on. So why isn't nothing being done? I took videos of it. I was told if I didn't have videos, then it didn't happen because they said so. Then when I took video pictures, I get an order of protection filed against me saying harassment. Well, I beat that in court. Now, how many false accusations do I have to put up with for Officer Anderson just for asking why he gets to break the law and nobody else does? I would recommend, since I can't get an answer from the chief, he let it happen, anybody that got a ticket, having a car towed, parked or anything, when you go to court, subpoena the mayor, the police chief and the police committee and ask them why they got a ticket and Officer Anderson was allowed to drive around and do stuff illegal for almost 8 months, over 8 months. Out of that 8 months, I think his vehicles were only legal maybe a month and a half at the most. I guess is my 3 minutes up yet?
About 30 seconds.
Okay, so why isn't anything being done? Everybody just looks at me, I don't get no answers. It's his responsibility to make sure the officers obey the law. That looks bad when you have officers doing that. Now, Officer Green, he's my neighbor. Well, he don't live next to me, but he's there all the time. He seemed like a really good guy, and I congratulate him on a promotion, but you need to set an example for citizens. That's what we've always had in this town. We've had police chief, got fired because he's supposed to run through town naked on a bike. Then the city turns around and hires him back. Then we had a police officer fired for, making false statements. Couple of them hide a car after he ran the car full of people. My time up?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate when you tell me time's up.
And that's what I just did. Thank you.
I will finish my statement at home.
Any other miscellaneous business? Any?
Yeah. I would like to commend our mayor for him being at the memorial service at the American Legion yesterday. He represented the city very, very well. He was dressed to the nine, and he actually looked like the mayor. Other than, I'm about through with that, but other than that, I'll send you a bill tomorrow.
All right. Appreciate it. All right. Any other miscellaneous business? Media clarification? All right, entertain a motion to go into closed session for RSMO 610.021, section 1, 2, and 3, allowing the city council, the clerk, and the city attorney. So first and second, any discussion? A roll call, please.
Yeah.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Councilman Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilman Price,
Yes.
Councilman Dodd,
Yes.
Councilman Bell,
Yes.
Councilman Gilmer,
Yes.
Councilman Sarah.
Yes.
All right, we will convene back in the conference room.
I can say this is, they did a good
He
job.
represented the city well.
The city workers come up and they fill in the edges. They do a really good job. Like, say something, but they did do a good job. I didn't have time earlier. The street's nice. The only problem is they're driving 100 miles an hour down. They got a good speed on it to park the ball in the car. And you, I see, Nick come by, give him the bomb, or his new roof back.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like,
Appreciate all.
Mary, I texted you. It should be on your text.
Sir, if you like, bye.
All right, motion to adjourn,
Motion adjourned.
Second.
second, all in favor, say yes.
Yeah.
I do.